Well, good Friday morning, and boy, we are waking up. Probably a lot of you very tired. What a day it was yesterday. I mean, literally, one of the segments that we called What the Weather is going to be very fitting today. Welcome aboard, by the way. It is the Real Monica Adams Show brought to you by our friends at Invita Health and Wellness. First, let me say, I hope you all are safe today. A lot of you might have damage. Maybe you're assessing that today. And this is what we talk about on a regular basis of why you need somebody in your corner. I can guarantee you the phones were ringing off the hooks with insurance agencies. Well, there's one in particular that I've always told you that you need in your corner, and that is Kathy Kilo Peterson. I know a lot of you have called, a lot of you have switched because you just have fallen in love with her as much as we have. But I think more and more and more are going to do that today. We're going to talk with Kathy coming up in about 10 minutes. We are going to start, though, very fitting with our aspiring meteorologist, Beckett Moore, as we really talk about what in the heck happened yesterday. Good morning, first of all, Beckett.
Good morning.
Wow, what a wild ride. We've got so much to talk about. So behind is actually a picture that I took, Beckett, of our hail that started. And I will tell you, in the 8 years that we've been here, Jim and I both said, I've never seen hail like that. I was talking with Beckett asking where the worst damage was and where the most hail was. So we're going to discuss that. I think a lot of people are turning the news on, seeing St. Charles County. But Beckett, you're saying St. Charles and Jefferson County, right?
Yeah, St. Charles and Jefferson County. I have a map right here showing kind of the hot spots. So down here into Jefferson County, down towards Crestwood, to the north of Festus, that's where we had a little bit of damage there in South County. And then also over into St. Charles County, even towards Wright City and Innsbrook, but really into St. Charles, over towards St. Peter's, Lake St. Louis. That's where we had, I think, our biggest hail. And then even into Collinsville, up towards Edwardsville, another hotspot for hail reports. So lots of hail over the city yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, it was nuts. So we're talking about some people experiencing hail like what you're seeing on my pool cover of maybe marble size or grape size. And then I started seeing the pictures come in, and I highly recommend any of you that are watching in Facebook, you can drop, depending on where you are, you can show us your pictures. If you want to come, this morning and drop the pictures in this morning, we would love for our viewers to see what you experienced, because it was really eye-opening to see baseball, golf ball size hail. I mean, busting
Yeah.
windshields, right, Beckett?
We did see that. Some windshields were broken.
Yeah, it's again so much damage today. And then we were taking some pictures. This is courtesy of the National Weather Service. This is actually in St. Charles County, this funnel cloud.
Yeah, that looks like a little bit of a what we call a cinnamon bun, which means there's pretty broad rotation. But if we did see that rotation tighten, we could have seen a funnel cloud or a tornado drop down there. But overall, we did not see that. But that is why we did have a tornado warning in St. Charles. No tornado did drop down, luckily, though.
And that was one of the
Very
questions I had asked Beckett. So if you're just tuning in, again, Beckett Moore, our aspiring meteorologist, talking about what we experienced yesterday. So far, and again, this may change throughout the day, but so far, no confirmed tornado.
no confirmed tornado. We were watching that storm down south of Waterloo, Illinois, near Redbud, Illinois yesterday, PDS tornado warning, but so far no damage reports yet. So we'll see that and hopefully get more info for Monday.
Okay, and Beckett, this is a video I took as soon as it started to come down, and I have never seen anything like this in my 8 years, and we're down in the Imperial area. Take a look at this. And right as it was happening, here's what happened. Even Adelaide knows to go downstairs in a tornado warning. Good girl. Go on, Ed. Go with Daddy. Go. All of you, don't ever mess around with it. I hope a lot of you told your kids and you took your whole family downstairs, right, Becca? That is the most important thing we can say. Don't mess around with
Absolutely.
this.
Don't take any time. Go there fast.
Okay, so you can see Beckett's map, but let's break down again what we all saw, and then if we finally have the column after the storm.
Yeah, so again, we just went over the hail reports. There's those three hotspots into the eastern St. Louis area, down to South County, of course, and to St. Charles County. Here are just some of the storm reports, and these are mostly, almost exclusively hail reports. Not a lot of damaging wind reports. We had gusty winds, but not much damaging winds. but for sure some damaging hails. So here, Lake St. Louis, St. Charles, Missouri, we had hail up to 2 golf balls put together in the palm of your hand, estimated 3 to 4 inches size. So again, Lake St. Louis and St. Charles County, that's where we had our biggest hail. Into Northeast Arnold and Jefferson County, we had golf ball sized hail, 1 3/4 inch, and then into O'Fallon as well. We had teacup hail, 3 inch size hail. Edwardsville as well, 3.25 in an SIUE, so another area where we had large hail. Into southeast St. Paul and South St. Charles County, we had 2 inch size hail, hen egg size. High Ridge as well, down in the High Ridge, 1.5 inch size hail. And then also, again, a report there in High Ridge. I think that's actually the same report. But again, these are just some of the reports that are coming in from the St. Louis area. So our bus stop forecast for today, after our storms yesterday, we did see that cold front come through, so it is going to be colder definitely today, about by 20 degrees for a high cooler today. 49 degrees here in the morning, overcast skies. Those clouds will continue to clear as we go towards lunchtime, and as we get into the afternoon, around 60 degrees and sunny. So overall a little bit chillier, but it will be pretty nice with that sun. Now as we go into the 7-day outlook, again today a high of 60, mostly cloudy into the morning but clearing with some sunshine into the afternoon, low 42. Tomorrow, Saturday, we warm up a couple degrees for a high around 65, 66 degrees, low of 38. Then we really cool down as we go into Sunday for St. Patrick's Day. Again, if you're going to the parade, make sure you grab a jacket. Low of 28. So again, like I've been saying, if you have any plants outside right now that can be inside that you brought outside during this nice weather, bring them back inside today or tomorrow, as we are expecting some cold lows. And then as we go into Monday, our coldest day of the early week next week, low of 31, high of 43, but we will have lots of sunshine. Then into your birthday, Monica, 62 degrees, so it's a little chilly, but we will have lots of sunshine for your birthday week. And then into Wednesday, a high around 60. Thursday will be when that next rain chance is. Overall highs next week should be ranging from the upper 50s to the low to mid 60s.
It just really an unbelievable ride. And this is, Beckett had mentioned it in the last couple of weeks. This is why we always say to be weather aware from what we saw, what we're going into, and why also I know you all are getting the green thumb and you're so excited about planting, but look at the 29 and the 31, those lows back into freeze and below freeze. And that's why you got to be aware. I mean, I remember having snow on Easter one time, and probably more than that, but I remember at least one time not too long ago that we had snow on Easter. And here we have Easter coming up in the next couple of weeks. So, how many times did you get on and do live feeds yesterday?
I think we were live for 5 hours, which is definitely my longest live stream. I probably should have live streamed a little bit longer as we still did have some storms, but I was just kind of exhausted after 5 hours.
Yeah, get ready, by the way, because those are the days when meteorologists go on and on and on. And why you have the entire team at a network, they just, people are talking and they're like, let's throw to the next person. Let's throw to the next person. Let's
Exactly.
go out. You did a fantastic job. I want you to follow Beckett, by the way, if you don't already, on X and on his YouTube channel, because when days like that happen, you can go straight to him and he will be there for you. Thank you, by the way, for everything that you do.
Thank you. Have a good rest of your day.
All right, you as well. That's Beckett Moore, aspiring meteorologist. And obviously, that was top of mind for everybody. As I mentioned, I'll always give you the news you can use. And I know a lot of you are dealing with that. If you're getting ready to head out, by the way, heading to work or wherever your day is going to take you, be aware there might be a lot of debris in your neighborhood because, again, the wind, the hail, the rain that we saw definitely could have brought a lot of debris. I was seeing pictures that people were just heartbroken. And that is why, first of all, I actually lined up our guest before that ever happened yesterday. I told her that I wanted to talk about what I was seeing in the news and what I was seeing in commercials of people getting so frustrated. And they're saying, oh my gosh, car insurance rates are so high, it's ridiculous. And we can't even have a car anymore. We're going to go to a bicycle. Those are some commercials you're seeing. Those are some news stories you're seeing. So that's originally why I wanted to bring on Kathy Kilo Peterson. And how ironic that then the top story of the day would turn into weather and why she got so many phone calls and will continue to do so. So we are going to speak with Kathy Kilo Peterson when we return.
Envita Health and Wellness, where you can feel your best both inside and out. Envita isn't your typical med spa. They're a multi-specialty medical spa and wellness center serving St. Louis and its surrounding areas. They have ketamine for mental health and pain, IV therapy, medical weight loss, and aesthetics treatments. As board-certified anesthesia providers, Envita can ensure that their advanced treatments are provided safely with minimal to no pain. So let Envita take care of you. Call 314-394-0950 to book an appointment or online envitahealthandwellness.com.
Well, welcome back. If you're just tuning in, it is 7:10, and we have Kathy Kilo Peterson on with us looking at the hail. This is courtesy, by the way, of the National Weather Service, looking at that golf ball, bigger than golf ball size hail, depending on where people are. Well, Kathy, first of all, welcome aboard.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Is that Vinny by you?
Yeah, I've got Vinny with me here this morning.
Oh, we got to see Vinny.
Well, he comes every morning, but he happens to be sitting with me this morning.
It's not just Vinny. Jake is with us as well.
Oh, yes, we got Jake and Vinny. We got the crew.
And Vinny, by the way, just had a birthday, right?
He just turned 3 on March 3rd.
Oh, happy birthday, Vinny. I hope you had a
Yeah.
great one. Vinny,
Oh,
again,
he did.
always there, big pet lovers as we are as well. Your entire staff, and we're looking at your incredible team, along with Vinny, had a very late night, did you not?
Oh, we did. Wow, what a storm out here. Well, and across the region, as Beckett said. Everybody, the team pitched in. Everybody stayed late, just fielding literally call after call after call. We had some baseball-sized hail,
Yeah.
especially over northern O'Fallon. Here at my office, it's crazy. We didn't really have anything.
Really?
And yeah, you just go. Yeah, I'm behind Bristol's restaurant, right at 40 in Winghaven.
Yeah.
And just looking out as we're taking all these calls, and we really didn't have much right here in this region at all.
It's crazy how, and that my brother called my mom. They're both in Lake St. Louis, but it's just about a 10-minute difference in the way the winds move, the way the hail falls, the rain falls. This is actually a picture in Collinsville, Illinois. And I know that Beckett was mentioning Collinsville. I was getting video. I mean, Kathy, look at this. This is when it was at its hardest here in the Jefferson County area. It looked like snow.
Yeah. See that? Yeah. It's just so varies. You can be across the street and it's going crazy, and then on the other side there's nothing. So yeah,
Then,
it just depends on where you are. But
yeah.
we had people with windshields completely broken out, back windshields broken out. So it was a pretty massive storm.
And this is what we always talk about. You never know what's going to happen in your life. And that's why you want someone that's going to be there for you, because all the calls coming in. I mean, the claim, I had somebody that I was following that was on X, and she said, oh my gosh, so many claims were just put in our entire block because there was damage after damage. And so what were you, and this is when people get scared, right? They're like, oh my gosh, this is my home. I saw this one lady, she had just, I guess, spent thousands of dollars on a gorgeous swing set for her children. And the whole thing was just all over the yard. And this is when it starts to break people's hearts. I mean, you hear those stories.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's why it really makes sense to understand what your coverages are, right? And both what you do have and what you don't have.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of optional coverages out there. And so I think a lot of it is just, being prepared and knowing what you do have.
And again, I've been mentioning it. Let me put it up on the screen for those of you that say, I'm so frustrated with the agency that I have, or I don't even have an agent. I have a broker that just kind of tosses me around here and there. Kathy Kilo Peterson is who we're talking with this morning. State Farm, kkilo.com. It's 636-561-6460. I actually went in to surprise Kathy a handful of weeks ago. And one of the things that I absolutely loved, right as you walk in, and it's just ironic because this is what I say all the time. She had this sitting right at the end of the desk. This is actually a pad of paper that said exactly what we said at the end of every show is to be kind. And That's the hardest thing. As people are making phone calls right now, Kathy, trying to get their agent on the line and trying to say, I need you, it's very easy for them to be anxious, to be fearful, to be depressed, to be sad, and then start barking out at their agent. So, what would you like to say? Because I know this is a very busy time. What would you like to say to everybody? Because we have to have patience, right?
Yeah, I mean, now we're going to have, like with every company, I mean, the claim adjusters are just going to do everything they can, as fast, but yet as accurate as they can. And so,
Oh, shoot. She just went out. I'm hoping that she'll come back. Kkilo.com again, 636-561-6460. We just dropped her out. I don't know why. Well, hopefully we can get her back. But we're talking about, again, the hail, the wind, the rain that you all had. Okay, looks like she's coming back with us. I don't know what happened with her. She's out in the Winghaven area. I'll put her back onto the scene here. I believe she comes. Nope, she keeps losing her connection. For all of you though, let me see if we can get her back there. I think she's losing her connection. But yeah, Barb said bonus morning with Kathy Kilo Peterson on board for sure. You just got a new roof. I hope it didn't receive any damage. I know. I agree. That was what was frustrating. Beverly says best agency, best team ever. And let's see. Does pea-size hail generally cause damage to cars? That's a question that we have. Good morning to all of you. Molly said, I'm here to see Vinny. I hope you had a chance to see him in the beginning. Let's see. Thank you for always providing the best St. Louis area news that we can use. You're welcome, Lisa. There's also, did you all see in California, by the way? So some of the news that I thought was interesting that was trending, besides everything the St. Louis area was seeing, is the bees. They canceled the tennis match. That was nuts. So if you haven't seen that, that might be a video you might want to try to catch. It was absolutely crazy. We are visiting this morning, if we can get her back on, with Kathy Kilo Peterson. I think she lost her connection. Again, a lot of people I'm hearing have problems with their internet today, and that obviously could create a problem for many of you. 7:16 in the morning. I might be able to just text her some of your questions if we can't get her right back on. But I want you to share and like and follow our live stream always so that we can provide you everything that you need, and we can provide that out to the general public all over. So Kathy looks like she keeps freezing on me. Let me look at some other questions that I may have missed. Good morning, Sean. Kathy, I'm about to go on vacation to Dayton, Ohio. All right, we'll enjoy that. Kathleen Morris, good morning to you. Good morning, Beck. It was very busy. I know, right? He was so phenomenal, by the way, because I know a lot of times people will want to turn the TV on at that point. But because he is giving such accurate, incredible forecasts, I really want you to start relying on Beckett because he is just spot on with everything that he has given us. My daughter-in-laws live in O'Fallon, Missouri. They got hit 4 times. Besides what we're talking about here with what we have with regards to our weather, did you see what happened in Colorado and actually out west? 2 feet of snow, and they're getting more. 2 feet of snow, 800 plus flights that were canceled. And as I said, you're going to have to check with your carrier always. Don't call the airport. Call your carrier to find out if a flight that you have might be canceled. So it's not just there. I know that there were other areas where people love to go and ski that they're excited about. The fresh powder, right? They can't wait to get out there, but you might have trouble because of the flights. I heard the hail on my kitchen window and I thought the window was going to break. Well, yes, and that's exactly, I don't know if you could hear it in the video, but Jim kept saying my name, wanting me to get away from the window, which I did. And then that's when you saw us go downstairs. But yeah, if you're just tuning in, I'm not sure if you all had the same thing or if it was this bad, but this was afterwards. Like as it was starting to subside, look at the haze. I thought that was really, really interesting. The haze that was coming right above the grass back into the woods. It actually almost made up what I think was a very beautiful scene, but scary. I mean, look at that. It looked like snow. All of you, if you want to drop pictures in of what you have, some of you have the golf ball size hail, or you have apple size, or we heard like hen size hail. Looks like we have Kathy back. Kathy, welcome back.
hi,
Oh,
am I back? Okay.
yes, I think you were having some internet. I hear some people have their internet out this morning, so you might be dealing with connection issues there in the Winghaven
I
area.
think so.
Somebody asked me, let's see, let's go back to one of their questions. Oh, lots of them. Good morning, crazy weather. Minnesota expecting snow. Yeah, I know. Nuts. No hail at my house. 10 minutes of rain in the morning, dry and sunny all day. Spot of rain in the evening. Wondering if living between the rivers has something to do with the direction of storms. Don't know. That's something for Beckett. Let's see. Somebody asked her. Where is it? Okay. So Kathy, does pea-size hail generally cause damage to cars?
Typically, pea-sized hail does not do damage to roofs or cars. Um, typically that's just in general. Usually that does nothing.
So normally what you're going to be getting in the calls that probably that you already got last night and the calls you'll get this morning are more of the golf ball and the hen, egg style and the apple style and the baseball size.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And I loved how Beckett described them in egg sizes. So we had ostrich out here, ostrich egg size hail.
I kept hearing hen last night and I looked at Jim. I'm like, what? And I was like, oh, I've never heard that before. But yeah,
is that a new term?
I think it is. It's crazy. So we were asking again about patience because this is when everybody, we understand that you're the most important person in the equation of your life, but so is everyone else calling in.
Yes, definitely some patience and grace. And also, talk to your agent because, like, I have the ability to, pay some claims out of my office. I can write a check right here. But not every company, not every agent can do that. And so, call us because sometimes, we want to try for you to be first in line, right? Get taken care of, and then I can reimburse you on certain occasions. So that's another thing. Make sure you talk to your agent, see if they have that ability to expedite some types of claims. So,
and this is also, Kathy, is it not, when you really have the awareness of what your coverage is? And what I've been really saying is how easy it is for people to just call you and let you look at the policy. Kathy has said before, and this is what I love about her. She's like, maybe you don't switch, but at least I can take care of you and say, well, here's where you're missing, because this is when people get the aha of, well, why am I not being covered?
Yes. Yeah. And a lot of times, yeah, if it's not a right time for them to switch, I'll say, please talk to your agent and talk to them about these two coverages because you are really underinsured in these areas. And, and then, hey, I'll call you in 5 months or whatever when the time is right. Typically we can help them, but, there are some occasions where we say, not now, but here's my advice. So, so there's, it never hurts to spot check because what's at risk are your assets and your family.
Yep.
And so why not really understand those exposures and what you're paying for, because everybody's paying a lot in insurance. And so that awareness is huge.
Absolutely. Again, if you're just tuning in, Kathy Kilo Peterson, let's hit it. When you hear that, I want you to automatically, think of that. Kathy Kilo Peterson. It's kkilo.com. Again, 636-561-6460. Remember that number. Give them a call. They're going to be crazy busy, but they definitely have the patience to take care of you. Kathy, I wanted to talk about something else besides obviously what we're seeing here in our area. I've been seeing a ton of commercials, and then I saw I think it was 3 days ago on the news that there were all these stories, millennials posting things and saying, oh my gosh, that car insurance rates were so crazy that they were going to have to get rid of a car and they were going to have to get a bicycle. So can you is there a lot of misinformation out there of what's going on? And are they kind of going and blowing it out of proportion?
Well, first of all, we can insure their bike. Well, we can, but no, it's true. The whole insurance industry right now is really upside down. We've never seen these increases in. I mean, there are literally still supply chain issues. There's a labor shortage, so there's no such thing as taking your car to the body shop and having it repaired in 4 days. That's an impossibility. Now it can literally take months for you to get your car fixed at the body shop. By the time you get parts and the labor and the cost of everything, if you think about just a windshield now, we don't just replace a windshield. Now you've got all the technology in there. You've got the calibration. inside of there. Think about just your side view mirror. So part of the reason, there's a lot of components to it, but part of the reason is the complexity of these cars now.
Yep.
Can you imagine knocking off your side view mirror? What it used to be
Right.
10 years ago and now. So the cost per claim has escalated, bodily injury cost per claim has escalated. So there are a lot of factors. So the millennials, it is true. Insurance has gone up.
But some of
Thanks.
them are saying though that it's gone up like 50, 75%, and they're just like, I can't afford this. I just want to take
Yeah.
my car back because I can't afford this.
Well, then that's where maybe they want to evaluate their policy.
Yeah.
Evaluate the company, evaluate the policy, and understand, well, what are you paying for?
That's Vinny in
Because
the background,
maybe,
everybody, by the way. Vinny's playing with
yes,
this
that is
toy.
Vinny. We don't have too many squeaker toys, but he found the one just because I'm on this morning. But so I'll try to walk away, but he will
No,
follow
no,
me.
no. I love it. It's real, right? I want more
Uh,
authentic. Yes, I love it.
But they should definitely evaluate. You want to know what you're paying for. I always tell people, a lot of times you're paying your insurance agent more than your doctor, more than your attorney. So to understand what you're paying for and are those the right coverages? So
Yep.
yes.
So again, that was the original reason we were going to bring Kathy on, was to talk about whether this was true or not. And I know people are getting frustrated, but they always lash out and they blame the agent or they blame the agency. And it's not. It's just what's happening across the world. The rising cost of cars, the gas prices, all of this. Everyone wants to throw blame somewhere. But I wanted to know if it was real or not, because yes, people are looking at their claims and saying, or not their claims, but looking at their policies and going, God dang it, this went up. If we look at just the last year, how much higher would you say it is?
Industry wise, like
Yeah.
on average on personal lines,
Yeah.
I mean, average, and thankfully, State Farm is below the average. So we've weathered the storm, so to speak. I'd say 25%. I mean,
Really?
it's gone up significantly.
Wow.
And it's different for different people, different companies,
Yeah.
and really agent wise, just making sure we find every single discount that individual or family or business is eligible for.
Well, and I saw some comments coming in, especially from some of your staff who I know that you had thanked in the beginning, but Marilyn was just mentioning it was a crazy day for the agency. They were open till 7 p.m., which was ironic, or that was a God wink. What I love
Yep.
about our office, she said, is that many of our team members stayed late to help answer the amount of clients calling in a heck of a storm. Where would you categorize that in recent storms we've had? Because I said in my 8 years of living where we are, I've never seen hail like that come in our area.
Yeah. Wentzville had a huge storm last fall, just 2023. That was a massive storm. This one definitely rivals it because this ostrich egg size hail. Let's coin that one. We got the ostrich egg
Yes.
size hail out here. So yeah, it's definitely ranks up there. We haven't seen all the numbers. We got some of the numbers coming in, and obviously we're going to be deploying, our catastrophe team into the area to help clients, manage the damage.
Someone just asked a really good question. They said, when it comes to storms like this, is it necessary to show proof or pictures in order to process claims?
Well, like on a home, you.
Oh, oh man, I had a feeling we were going to lose her again. Dang it. Storm is knocking people out. In fact, I saw my next guest had signed on, and I think he's having trouble. I don't know if he's not in St. Louis already. This might be the case, which means that it's going to be you and I, and then maybe she can try to pop back on. But let me see. All right, here she is again. Let's bring her back again. She's having trouble with her internet. All right, there she is. Go ahead. Come on. Oh no, she just got lost again. That's how it's going to be. Is that how you all feel this morning? That your internet is spotty? Michelle's been trying to moderate for you on her phone. Marilyn said, thanking God I'm near Cottleville and nothing but a little rain, wind, and lightning, but not much. We'll find out if you do have to show your proof. Yeah, Vinny was hilarious, wasn't it? Beth said, great company. It is the best team ever, Molly says. Linda said we have an in-ground pool and live in the country. There's a subdivision close, but not within eyesight of our pool. Finding insurance, it does not require fencing. Our pool is tough. We like the openness and the surroundings without the fence. Right now, we have a great agent and we're good, but wondering if there is a rule with distancing a pool and housing. All right, we'll have to ask Kathy. She was back for a second. My daughter collected the big pieces of hail and put them in our freezer. Right, Molly? I saw a lot of that. People were actually putting it in a bowl. I saw some pictures on the news last night, and they just had, like, they said they felt like they had a bowl full of pasta, huge, like gnocchi noodles. It was absolutely crazy. Let's see. Let's see if we can get Kathy back on. She's back and forth. But she's freezing. Ah, there she goes again. She keeps freezing on me. All right, folks, it's 7:30. I will stay with the hail and that information for a little while and let you all weigh in and talk and see if we can get Kathy back, because my next guest, I think it looked like he was having trouble with his camera as well. With the call volume so high due to the storms, I'm wondering if there is a time frame or a window to file in order to get coverage. Good question. If we get Kathy back on, if not, here's the thing. Since you are able to see these shows afterwards, you can always ask those questions, and Kathy and Kathy's team can answer a lot of those as well. All right, temporarily, I may have Kathy back. There she is again. So if I lose her, I'll just keep bouncing back and forth. So there's a couple questions that came in, and it was, do they have to show proof?
Uh, no. So what happens is, like, on a homeowners, you want to get a trusted contractor to get your estimate, and obviously an adjuster may or may not come out.
Yep, there she goes again. All right. They said here in Colorado, we have a winter weather alert until 10 a.m. Yes. So, Michelle, I don't know. You can let us know, how much snow did you get? I saw in some areas of Colorado 2 feet and 800 plus cancellations of flights because of that in Colorado. I don't know what area of Colorado you're in, though. Good evening, Romeo from the Philippines. Love it. Yes, Staunton did have a lot of cars with hail damage on the highway. All right, Kathy's back again. Go ahead, Kathy. Talk as much as you can.
Okay. All right. So documentation is very important. Like, if everybody should take a video inside their house, and I'm talking more like tornado, fire, those types of things. So everybody should literally walk through their house room by room, video, throw it up to the cloud. You have a moment in time of all your things. If you closed your eyes right now and think about everything you have, it'd be very difficult. At least it would be for me. And
Yes.
so that way it helps you capture a moment in time. Because if everything's gone, yeah, we help you with try to get, your Visa, MasterCard records to jog your memory.
Okay.
But on something like this, this is just going to be the adjuster and your contractor,
Yeah.
or the auto place that's going to take care of that.
If you're just tuning in, it's 7:32. I'm going to keep Kathy on here for a little bit because it looks like we were going to have Todd Newton, better known as Rikk Idol, from our days in radio like 30 years ago. I saw him sign on, but I think he might be having trouble with his phone as well. If he pops back on, we'll go to him, but we'll answer a couple more questions. Terry said, with call volume so high due to the storms, she's wondering if there's a time frame or a window to file in order to get coverage.
So one thing I want to mention right off the bat, and that's a great question, Terry, is filing on the mobile app or on your online portal, like at statefarm.com, for example. That is the best way to file a claim, because think about the volume of people that are.
Oh, there she goes again. Okay, and I also saw Beverly say that claims calls are extremely long hold times, much easier to your State Farm app or statefarm.com to use. Due to the influx of calls, a quick way to file your claim to download the State Farm app, Suzanne says as well. So Suzanne must also be on the team. So yes, thank you, by the way, for hopping in and saying that. So they're all saying, is Suzanne and Beverly on your team?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, good. So they're saying the same thing, to file on the app or statefarm.com.
Yes, and then obviously folks that aren't comfortable with that or don't have the capability to do that, we are here for them. But that will expedite it. And as far as how long you have to make the claim, I would just encourage people to do it sooner rather than later, because believe me, think about all these body shops and roofers. And I mean, you don't want to wait. You are going to be waiting a long time to get your vehicle repaired.
Yep. Yep, absolutely. So once again, before we lose Kathy one more time, and I will have Kathy and her team look at all of the comments after the show. I mean, that's the beautiful thing is that the show's there for you. Let me put it up on the screen for you one more time. It's kkilo.com. They have the most caring company that I've ever seen. And I love the fact that they're so real with you. They will look at your policy. They will assess it. They will say, hey, this is where you're missing. Why would you want that? Because these are the circumstances that we have been stressing for the months and months that Kathy's been with us, that this is when you need to say, I'm covered. And you have that sense of calmness that comes over you, like the calm after the storm. kkilo.com, 636-561-6460. And Kathy, we had Vinny on with us earlier. People were cracking up, putting a bunch of smiling, laughing faces because Vinny was so active playing with his toy. If you haven't seen Vinny, Vinny just had a birthday, just turned 3 years old, and is just the sweetest boy ever. So is this your entire team here? Are we
I
missing
can't see
anybody?
the photo that's up, but we are missing, I know we're missing a few people off of that, but it's hard to get everybody together these days. So
Yeah, like a class
that's
photo.
most of us, but I have a phenomenal team. I just
You
so
do.
grateful.
And so collectively with all of your team members, you have what, over 120 years experience?
I would say yes, well over 120 years experience.
Yep.
Yes.
So you want to tell everybody where you're located?
Yeah, so our physical office is right behind Bristol's restaurant in Winghaven, right at 40 and Winghaven Boulevard. So just 8 minutes from the valley. Yeah, we've been in this building 4 years. We're on the ground floor of a large 3-story building where Flat World in Tech Mahindra is. So we're right when you walk in the door. And so we've got a few remote workers, and then we've got a full staff here in office.
But the biggest thing that we've been stressing is even though that's where she's located, she has people that she helps all over the place. So it's not St. Charles County and, oh, okay, I'm in Illinois, she can't help. No, she helps people everywhere. I should say, help people everywhere.
Yeah, we're Missouri and Illinois.
Yep.
Yeah, we're pretty much we have clients literally all over. And I used to make house calls all the time, but since COVID, I mean, nobody really wants me to come to their house too much anymore, but I do enjoy it. But now it's, just through Zoom, and a lot of people just text and email. So
Oh, well, do that, by the way. 636-561-6460. Molly just said their life insurance policies are amazing. So yeah, obviously we're talking about home damage. We're talking about car damage. We're talking about like I said, no matter what it is, what are you covered by is what the aha moment is. And that's what you really want to know on these days when this type of storm happens. You want to know what you're covered with. And this is where you see if something's missing. So if you, again, haven't already made the call to have them look at your policy to switch over, I ask that you do so. I know a lot of you are big, big, big supporters of the people who support us. And I want to thank every one of those. Again, Kathy Kilo Peterson, of course, Invita Health and Wellness. We thank Defiance Ridge Vineyards. We thank Yuppie Puppy Pet Spa in Cottleville, which is right there also. They have a second location right off of Winghaven in the O'Fallon area, Yuppie Puppies Forever Rescue. And then our newest, Mid-America Spine and Rehab. And I went to actually surprise Dr. Sean Neary with Dr. Bob just a couple days ago. Or actually yesterday. They weren't there, but I popped in to say hi to them really quick. We thank every one of them. And that's the thing. I know how much you all love this show. We couldn't do this show without your help. So know that. Beth said, can you do life insurance in multiple states? Unfortunately, just Missouri and Illinois currently. Beth, where are you? Where are you located? So yeah, I mean, just give them a call one more time. Let me put it on the screen and then I'm going to take a break and I will let Kathy off the hook because Kathy just keeps, all right, I'm going to let her say goodbye. Officially let her say goodbye. Here's Kathy one more time before she gets kicked off. Kathy, any last words?
Happy Friday. Stay safe out there and let us know if we can help. Glad to help.
Yes.
And thanks, Monica.
Well, somebody just said, how far will you travel to insure? I'm south of Valley Mines. Right now we're good, but you never know.
Oh, yeah. Anywhere in Missouri or Illinois.
Okay. Yep. And then Beverly just said the same thing. Oh, somebody said Kansas, Vermont, and Oregon. She wanted to know if you were beyond Missouri and Illinois, but you might be able to help them with somebody in those areas.
Yeah, so I am adding neighbor states. So we're looking at especially.
Ah, so they're looking at neighboring states. Let's just say that. All right, I'm going to take a break. She's phenomenal, and I know that they're going to get a ton of phone calls today after everything that we saw. If I don't see my guest pop on, I'm going to tell you all about what's coming up next week on March 20th at the factory. But one more time, it is kkilo.com 636 561 6460. Kathy is all right. You're there. Say that again. Your neighboring
So
states.
I would just, yeah. So just if you call us, we can talk through it. Depends on where you are, and or text, and you can text our office line.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Well, my friend, it was great to have you on. Thank you for everything that you do. And I know you guys are going to be crazy busy today. Thanks for wearing green, by the way.
Yes, absolutely.
All
Thanks.
right.
Have a
Have a
great
beautiful
day.
day.
Okay,
All
bye.
right. Bye bye. We need women to lift women up.
Let's do that.
Being on Monica's show, it was like one of the best interviews I've ever had.
Monica's very real, and she really cares about people.
She's changing lives.
Changing lives.
I think this is just really what people want to see.
Giving back so much to the community, and I really appreciate it.
Today, Monica was extraordinarily real, not only with me, but with her viewers and her listeners.
Made the interview process like talking to a friend.
How are you doing? Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a few weeks.
Hey. You're close.
Monica. Whoa.
So go out in this world and be anything you want to be. But before you do that, first, be kind.
All right, let's go. What a crazy morning, right? Well, coming off of what a crazy day. So, yeah, I don't know how bad it was at your house, but if you're just tuning in, I was showing pictures of what happened with us yesterday. Now, we weren't expecting it. And yes, somebody just said, Monica, you just got a new roof. I hope that didn't affect it. Every time we had something hit, that's exactly what Jim was worried about. And I hope so too, but we'll be assessing, just like all of you, assessing what in fact took place yesterday with the crazy storms in our area. So let me tell you about this. I think he's having trouble with his phone as well. So this is Todd Newton. Do you recognize him? Do you remember growing up in St. Louis and listening to maybe Q104, Hot 97? He was known as Rikk Idol. And then he's done so many things with Entertainment News. I mean, he's an author, entertainment reporter, a motivational speaker, and for over 2 decades, he has been the host of Price is Right Live, which, by the way, is coming to the factory. How super cool. They play the same games. They give away the same type of giveaways. And all of this is coming to the factory next Thursday on the 20th. Price is Right. I mean, how much fun is this? You can go to priceisrightlive.com, direct from television's long-running and best-loved game show. You get to experience the same excitement. And I mean, I've had friends that have gone in the past. They said it's unbelievable fun. Tickets are still available, but I know that they are selling fast. So if you didn't know, it is coming to our area. And then he's been in a whirlwind of just in this state and that state. He leaves St. Louis and then just continues on. Let's see. Oh, I might have him. Let's see. Let's bring him into the mix. I think he might be having trouble with his internet as well. Todd, hello to you. How are you?
And I'm doing great. It's like breaking into NASA, trying to get in here, but we did it. How are you?
I'm good. So we've got this crazy hail that you see behind us. And I know you have such a heart for St. Louis. You're from our area, but it looks like you have gorgeous sunshine there.
Well, actually, yeah, my mom and dad are still there in South County. So I've been, pardon the hands, I'm trying to get all set up here. Yeah, mom and dad are still in South County there. So I know all about the hail, but yeah, we're in Wisconsin. We're just a couple of days away from getting back to St. Louis and doing the show Wednesday night, and really excited. We have a couple of days off prior to that, so I get to hit all my favorite restaurants and see friends. It's going to be great.
That's what I was going to ask you if you get a chance to hang in the area for a little bit, because again, you got such a heart here. I was just mentioning a lot of the amazing things that you've done, but you've been doing The Price is Right live for over 2 decades. This is nuts.
That's right. Yeah. This, I tell you, Monica, this show has been an absolute gift, and it has completely changed my life. And I was very fortunate back in 2000, 2001 to be mentored by Mr. Barker, Bob Barker.
Yep.
And when this show came along, the live version, Bob created this show, the one you're going to see Wednesday night, to bring a little bit of Hollywood out to people that may not have the opportunity to come to Hollywood and play their favorite game show. And when he gave me this opportunity, I was so grateful. I mean, obviously, we all grew up watching this show, and it is such an iconic brand. And thanks to great audiences like the one we had last night in Indiana, and the one we'll have tonight here in Wisconsin, the one we'll have in St. Louis at the Factory, which is great. I've never been on that stage before. It wasn't there when I lived in St. Louis, so I'm excited. But it is really something special, and the show gets bigger and better every single year. I think that everyone that works on this show now is a game show fan first and an employee second. Everyone understands what we're doing here and what it means to people, and that really shows through.
And we're talking about the same games that we have known and loved watching on TV. But do you have a favorite? For me, Plinko. I love Plinko. What's your favorite?
Well, I tell you what, listen, there are over 100 different games on The Price is Right, and we try to rotate as many of them in as possible to keep them fresh and exciting for those that come to see us. A lot of people have seen our show 2 or 3 times. We used to play at the Fox and out at the Family Arena in St. Charles there. So people have seen this show in the past, so we like to keep it fresh. But you cannot... Us going on stage without Plinko would be like Leonard Skinner going on stage and not singing Freebird. It would be a very, very bad move. So I love Plinko. I love seeing the reaction when Plinko comes out. I like the suspense and the drama of the big wheel, frankly. Yes. I mean, when you've got 2 people and that wheel starts to slow down and you hear the that's pretty exciting. But I like the grocery games, the shopping games where you kind of got to know a little bit about the prices. And it's tougher now than it used to be, because some of us, myself included, I'm a Costco guy, and that may be a little different than a Target price or a Schnucks price,
Right.
But every game means something to someone, whether you used to watch with your grandmother or reminds you of staying home sick from school. They're all special, but I can guarantee you that Plinko will be there Wednesday night without question. And cliffhangers, that's a favorite.
But I was just going to say, I wanted to say, when you stopped, I was going to say, wait a minute. The other one is like going up.
Yeah. The yodel. People love the yodeling. Yes.
We need Ruby Lee from The Voice to do the yodeling for you.
Right.
If you're just tuning in, let me reintroduce my guest. This is Todd Newton, or you knew him. I listened to you for so many years before I ever got in radio. Rikk Idol. Again, we'll kind of give you a little background if you don't know how he got his start. We mentioned he's our hometown boy. Hot 97, Q104. Do you remember him from Talk Soup? Or how about E! Entertainment news reporter on the red carpet? He's also an author, Life in the Bonus Round, and host with the most. Who gave you that title, by the way?
The United States Patent and Trademark Office. That came about in the early 2000s when I was still at E! and still hosting game shows. There was a stretch of about 3 or 4 weeks there where I was shooting in Los Angeles and then hopping on a plane and shooting a game show in New York City. And I would do that 4 nights a week, just back and forth. And somebody just said, wow, look at you, host with the most, racking up these frequent flyer miles. And so we trademarked it. And I couldn't believe it was available, but we've definitely, everyone today is about building a brand, right? Everybody wants to have a moniker. So I thought, well, why not make it legal and official? So I married it.
Did you say everybody wants to have a Monica?
Sure, I'll take one of those too. I'll take one of
A
those
little
too.
bit of Monica in my life.
Can't go wrong with that.
Oh my gosh, no, yeah, you're right, and that's actually why so I was at Fox 2 and then at Channel 5 here in St. Louis, and I left a year ago to say, look, we need more positivity, we need more fun, we need more real, authentic people. Let me just do this show and let me do all the other things of the brand. You and I both share a couple things. One, motivational speakers, not to the level that Todd is. That's where I want to go, though. It is to spread what we need, the positivity. So Todd has done that, but you are also called something that the guys at Channel 2 actually nicknamed me One Take Adams. They call you One Take Todd, right?
That is right. That is right. And listen, what a compliment that is. You know that that when you can get something done on the first try, you know how much your crew appreciates that, right? Because all of our camera folks and the audio folks and direct people in the control room, if you can get that done in one take, boy, you become the favorites. So
Right?
yeah, One Take Adams, One Take Todd, boy, I tell you what. And you know who was the king of the one take was Frank Sinatra.
Oh, wow, really?
He would walk in, he would stand on his mark, he would say his line, and he was gone. And the people that worked with him often saw it as kind of egotistical, conceited. But Frank just saw it as being as professional as you can be, and that's how I feel about it. Now, I don't turn around and just walk away.
Right.
You know, after I do a take, I make sure we got what we need. But I believe in doing it right the first time.
Who's
I
that?
think,
Who's your friend that just walked by?
oh, we're on the tour bus here, and that's our big tour manager, Coach. He's a big, about 6'5" Midwestern boy that looks just like Garth Brooks, but he just went into the tour bus potty here.
I love that. Yeah, but no, you're absolutely right. It's funny because Todd does amazing voiceover work, and I know Michelle just dropped in the comments for you where you can follow ToddNewtonOnline.com. You can see his books, you can see Tattooed Traveler, which we'll talk about in just a second. But yes, you come on, you're always wanting to do your best, you nail it, and then you're like, do you need another take? Nope, I think we got it. Okay, I'm out.
Yeah, well, I think we all know when it's not going to get any better than that. I mean, when I was at E, especially with game shows, there were no second takes, so that added a lot to the whole One Take Todd thing. Because with game shows, you can't do it twice. It's a game. What happens,
right?
And you can't rewrite the outcome. But with E, sometimes, they would want to try it differently or from a different angle, or maybe the lighting wasn't right. But I always felt like, I've worked very hard to get here. Hosting, as you know, Monica, is appearing as yourself, appearing authentic is not as easy as people think it is. There's a lot that goes into presenting anything. And I put it up there with acting, with comedy, with singing. It's an art form, and it's our art form. This is what we do, and we take it very seriously. It's raised our children. It's it pays our bills, and it's something that we love. So we owe it to our industry. We owe it to the people that watch us, that tune in, everybody that's watching us right now. We owe it to them to be the best we can. I mean, in any industry. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for saying that, Todd. And somebody just said, I love the authenticity here. That's it. That's what you'll always get on the show. And that's why I bring on certain guests, because that's what I want. I want them to show their real self. There's no fakeness here. Can you just do the iconic phrase for me as soon as you have somebody that's going to be coming out of the audience at the factory and then coming up? Go ahead and say it for me.
Well, it's funny because, as the host, I welcome them, but we have an announcer, like a Rod Roddy or Johnny, who just happens to be on the other side of
give it to me then.
Hey, Jim, can you come over here for a second and say hello to everybody from St. Louis? This is our incredible announcer, the great Jim Grusing.
Hi, Jim.
That's Monica. She's great. He's the one that you'll see at the factory Wednesday night. Monica Adams is in the audience, and she would love to come down to Contestants Row.
Yes.
Yes.
Monica Adams, come on down.
I'm coming. Here I come. I'm ready to play Plinko.
Yeah, Jim's the best. And Jim and I have been together now for going on 8 years. And he also produces our show. So everything passes through him. And it's just it's a real smooth crew that we've got on this bus right now. And we're excited to get back home.
I love the family feel. And that's what everybody's
Our
saying.
tour manager just came out of the restroom, by the way. If you
Did you
there
wash your hands?
sanitizer. Oh.
Yeah, you're limited in what you have on a school bus. Somebody just said, I love it. Come on down. I love that voice. I know, right? So tickets are available, by the way. The price is right live.com. And as we mentioned, they are going to be at the factory. Todd, you and I both share this. I have never been to the factory either, which is crazy living here. Somebody just asked where you went to high school, the St. Louis iconic question.
Oakville High School, class of 1988.
Woohoo! All right. I love it. So as he mentioned, South County boy for sure.
Yep.
Okay. So what are the craziest? Is there anything that you've never said in an interview before? Can you think? You think down deep. So when I life coach, I always tell people to get out of the brain. We go down deep into our soul. Is there anything that you have never shared in an interview that's happened in your career?
Well, the fact that we have the honor of doing this show about 115 nights a year, going on 20 years now, whereas on a television game show, you shoot 13 episodes right out of the gate, 5 episodes a day. You knock out a whole season in about 2 weeks. The fact that we get so many opportunities to jump on that stage, I think that I have been picked up and swung around and kissed and hugged and dropped probably more than any other host around. But just the other night, we were in a small town in Indiana, which was beautiful, our first time there. And a woman got so excited coming up on the stage that her teeth fell out, her dentures fell out. And everybody saw them. They were on the big screens. And I pointed to them. I said, my love, your teeth just fell out. And she was looking around. She was so excited to play. She said, I'll get them on the way back down. Let's play. So we just left the teeth sitting there. That just happened the other night. So we haven't shared that story. But it's so real and just so, I just call it so American. I'll put The Price is Right up there with baseball and apple pie any day of the week.
Agreed.
And when we had our residency in Las Vegas, we were at the old Bally's Casino, which is the Horseshoe now. We were there for 6 years. And I remember Bob Barker saying, you go up and down the strip, you see Elton John across the street at Caesars, you see Rod Stewart down here, Cher over there, but none of those names are more recognizable than that Price is Right dollar sign.
Yep.
And he was right. He was absolutely right. So we're just ready to make some more memories in St. Louis, man. That's I'm probably going to have a full belly when I'm on that stage. I mean,
where are you going to go eat? Where are your favorite restaurants?
So I love in South County. Mom and Dad and I hit an Italian restaurant called Giannino's, and then a buddy of mine and I are counting down the days till we can go to Charlie Gito's on the Hill. We're excited for that. And then I've promised a bunch of the guys on the crew that I would take them to Ted Drew's. They've never had it before, so we're going to try. Yeah, we're going to try and hit as many. We're only there for 3 days. I can't go over 8,000 calories a day for more than 3 days in a row without paying the price. At my age, I can't do it like I did when I was 20, Monica. You know what I mean? It was a lot easier to go over to the east side and come home at 4 a.m. and go to be on the air at 6.
Oh, those days. I don't know how we did it. You have a personal trainer in me. So if you need me in the 3 days you're here, I can work you out.
Yeah. Well, I also have a nice, comfortable bunk on this bus where I'll be napping, and I think the chances of me napping are much higher than me hopping in a workout session.
Oh my gosh. So besides The Price is Right live, let's run through some other things. So you may have seen him also, the Monopoly Millionaires Club. Did anybody get a chance to watch that? Hollywood Showdown, Whammy, which actually was a remake of Press Your Luck. That one I absolutely love. Powerball, Instant Millionaire, Family Game Night. Whammy, though, I mean, obviously I know you love The Price is Right live, but if you had to put another one just right underneath that, what would it be?
Underneath Price is Right live, I would put Family Game Night. I loved that one for a couple of reasons. Number one, my kids were young when we did that show, so they thought it was really cool. And, we all strive to do things that our kids think is cool. And it gave families the opportunity to play and win together, which I thought was really special. You don't see a lot of that on television anymore.
Sure.
So I loved that. And much like The Price is Right, Family Game Night was several different games in one. We would play 4 or 5 different games within an hour. So it kind of kept audiences intrigued and glued to the TV screen. That's been one of the keys of The Price is Right success for so many years. And Family Game Night gave me the opportunity to win a Daytime Emmy Award.
Yes.
And
congratulations.
Thank you. And that moment meant a lot to me because it showed me that everything that I had been working towards since I was 13 or 14, growing up in South County, I just wanted to be either Johnny Carson or Bob Barker. I didn't know what a host was, but I knew that these guys were entertaining millions of people by being maybe a slightly exaggerated version of themselves. And that's what I wanted to be. I didn't want to act. I didn't want to tell jokes. I didn't want to sing. So when I was able to accept that award and hold it and realize that the people, my peers had given me that honor, it put me in a different mindset to keep pushing and going even further.
Well, the level of what Todd provides to everything that he attacks, and again, from the entertainment side, I have to say, I loved watching you on the red carpet interviews. I in my career, so I've been in TV and radio for 30 years, and in my career,
I know. Yeah.
Well, I went through and I was like, okay, I have a couple people left that I haven't interviewed. I did have an opportunity to, and I know I've seen past interviews with you where you're like, yes, I mean, I was standing there with some of the best of the best. And you mentioned when you can feel the it factor. And you mentioned about Oprah Winfrey, but the person I've never been able to interview in my career that I have to make happen before I'm done is Julia Roberts. So tell me about
we talk about a lot of people ask me what Bob Barker was like.
Yes.
And I say the Bob Barker you saw on television was the Bob Barker that we all knew. Same with Julia Roberts. That America's sweetheart aspect to her, that's what came across. And in these interview situations, maybe you get to talk to them for 30 minutes or 60 minutes. They come in, they're getting ready, and there's a few minutes of chit chat where it's just the two of you, no cameras. And Julia Roberts, and I think probably Tom Hanks would be the male equivalent, where they had this way of making you feel as if they'd been looking forward to talking to you all day, even though they've been talking to people all day.
Right.
You were the only one on their radar at that moment. And there is something electric and magnetic about Julia Roberts that just sucks you in, whether it's her smile or the laugh or the way she tilts her head and throws her hair around. It was so beautiful in a natural sense that I just really always looked forward to her. I really did. You know who else has that is Sarah Jessica Parker. Sarah Jessica Parker has that to a certain degree. Yeah, even still. And
what about, I've heard from the guy who used to do the movies at Fox, he said Jennifer Garner was the same way.
Yeah, but I mean, there's only one Julia Roberts, I mean, that's a whole other level. My favorite interview ever, always, was and is Kevin Costner. I think he's the coolest. I think he's the coolest cat out there. And we've talked a lot about being genuine. I think he's probably as real as he gets, even before all the John Dutton Yellowstone,
Oh, he's cool.
He took it to a whole new.
Yeah. Oh, shoot. Oh no, did we lose him? He is a cool cat for sure. Well, so was Todd. And I don't know if we've lost Todd completely, but let me say one more time. It's The Price is Right live at the Factory. And again, it's coming up on Wednesday of next week. Oh, we may have him back. Hang on. I think we may have him back. All right. That's okay.
Yeah. But yeah, Kevin Costner is probably the all-time favorite. Yeah.
Well, you have done so many things. Before we have you wrap up, and we're talking about you traveling all over, you are really, really, really into travel. So if people follow your website, they will look a little bit more at the Tattooed Traveler, which, by the way, how many tattoos do you have?
Monica, if I knew the number, I would tell you, but I lost count probably 10 years ago. Well over 100, well over 100. But the tattoo traveler, traveling, as you said, has always been a passion of mine.
Yep.
And about a year or so ago, when the Writers Guild went on strike, a producer friend of mine called me and he said, Todd, I need content for Roku. I need content that doesn't involve writers. We don't want to cross the picket line here, so we need stuff that doesn't include writers. So the Tattoo Traveler got picked up, and now we're on in 12 countries. And it's great because no one gives me notes, no one tells me where to go, no one tells me what to say. I'm 53 now. This one is my baby, and I give them 4 or 5 shows a month. And we just got back from Scotland and Ireland. When this tour is over, we'll be going to Cuba, Havana, Cuba. And I've always had great respect for Anthony Bourdain, the way he introduced people to new cultures, new cuisines, new adventures to a certain degree. And that's what we try to do with the Tattoo Traveler. But yeah, all the shows also go on YouTube. We have a Tattoo Traveler YouTube channel, and it's a lot of fun. And seeing the world on someone else's dime, I don't think there's anything better than that.
That's the best gig, Todd.
Right.
I need that gig.
Right.
Well, you are a pleasure, and I can't wait to get a ton of people. It's cracking me up because people were commenting saying how Invita Health and Wellness, which is our title sponsor, Dr. Sarah Franco is amazing. She said that we can help you, being overly stuffed with food, and they do like hydration therapy. She goes, we can help you if you can get me on stage.
The offers of bribery. Occasionally, yes, we do get those offers of bribery. It's. But that's one, helping me get over being bloated. I don't think that's one we've ever received before.
There you go. That's the real side. What's the craziest area of either someone's body or something that you've had to sign?
I had to sign. Probably, up in the pectorals. That's probably
the pectoral region.
Yeah, the pectorals. Yeah.
Good one. Very good one.
You caught me off guard with that question, but yes,
I like
pectorals. Yes. And you want to make sure that the ink really holds, so you want to write slowly.
Sure you do.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let me make sure I got this right.
That's right. And let me go over a couple of layers here.
What was your very first tattoo?
My kids' names up here on my arms. Yeah, my kids' names. And then on my other side, my other shoulder, I got my grandmother's name, who, she lived off of South Grand there, and we would spend weeks.
Oh, no. Dang it. All right. We'll see if we can get him back to finish that. I love the fact that we have this amazing tie with him. Again, South County, talking about his grandma. I know he has a big tie to South St. Louis. You might see him around town next week when he's eating at Charlie Gito's or Giannino's or going to Ted Drew's. Let's see if we have him back. Todd, are you back? Yes. Oh, nope. He's gone again. Dang connections. All right. So if we get him back, fantastic. Otherwise, I want to get you there. Again, it's The Price is Right live, and it will be at the factory on Wednesday. I know tickets are selling really well. Somebody I saw earlier said that they had purchased their tickets immediately, and they can't wait to get there. Yeah, Terry, I saw that earlier. Bob Barker and Happy Gilmore was the best. That was so much fun, and I'm sure that Todd, being such a huge fan of Bob's, that he probably watched it over and over and over again. Did you, by the way, though, for all of you that are commenting, did you listen to Todd Rikk Idol on the radio here in St. Louis when he used to be at 104 or at 97? What was your favorite that he ever did? The man has the most incredible voice for sure, and just so real. There he is. He's back with us. You there? Yes.
So sorry.
That's okay. So your grandma's
I'm here.
in South
Yeah.
City?
Yeah. South City, yeah, and she was a vaudevillian performer, and she always had that. You talk about the it factor. My grandmother had it for sure, and so I take a little bit of her on stage with me every night too. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, the tattoos are fun. I do the postage stamp style, nothing too big. My favorite tattoo artist is right there in St. Louis, Pops Leatherman. Actually, he's over in Edwardsville, Illinois, but so I always stop in and sit in his chair for a couple of hours while I'm in town. But it's a lot of fun. Fun.
Shout out to our area for sure. And then one more thing, because we know Bob was so big into the animals, and I love
Yeah.
this about you. I was reading last night. So all the proceeds from the sale of your books benefit your 501c nonprofit, which is LAF Pet Rescue. Tell us more about that.
Correct. Yeah. So 100% of the proceeds, every single dollar from the books that are available on my website, as you mentioned, thank you, and also on Amazon. My family and I formed a 501c3 nonprofit called LAF Pet Rescue. Stands for Love, Animals, and Family, which we believe are the pillars of a fulfilling life. Nothing really matters other than having real love in your life, and animals who don't have a voice for themselves, and your family, of course. And we're based out of Arizona. We're going to be opening a cat cafe this summer to kind of promote the adoption and provide a stimulating and safe interactive spot for adoptable cats. But of course, Mr. Barker inspired that without question. But my family is also, we have a house full with my ex-wife and I. We have 2 housefuls of rescue animals, and they just add so much to everything. And
I can't imagine life without them. We have 3
No.
rescue dogs here. That unconditional love, right? That they provide.
That's right. That's right. It's just the way, the way they greet you and the way they're always there. And it doesn't matter how you're feeling or, what kind of day you've had. They're just there ready to give it to you. And it's just so special. And there are so many, the pet overpopulation is obviously a huge, huge issue. It's getting better. It's one of those issues where we are seeing fewer and fewer animals euthanized in our nation's shelters, and more shelters are becoming no-kill shelters. Yes. So to see that progress is very encouraging as well. But we obviously want to be part of that movement.
Yeah, well, we're big into rescues. We actually do something every other Thursday called Positive Talk Time at Yuppie Puppies Forever Rescue, which I absolutely love. So yes, let's keep supporting the rescue work that they do. Is just phenomenal. Well, Todd, I can't wait. I'm trying to switch something around. You just said you're 53. I turn 53 next Tuesday, and then, yes, so I'm trying to clear some things with my personal training for Wednesday to try to get out and see you. So we're working on that.
I hope you do. I hope you do. I just, I've been telling, I got the chance to talk to Randy Naughton, another one of our old radio friends. And I'm just, it's, as time goes on, we all become further and further apart from one another, but this is a great opportunity for as many of us old radio and TV veterans, groupies, to get back together again. So I hope you can make it. I'd love to see you.
Absolutely. Yes. And shout out to Randy. She and I worked together for 15 years. She's actually the one that gave me the guts to go and move on to Channel 5 to do more, because I wanted to do more and more, and then have the guts to leap and go on to this. So yes.
Well,
so
I think you made the right decision. And I think it's a decision we have to make for ourselves, because you do become sedentary. You do become very, very comfortable in a routine, and especially if it's something that you enjoy doing, like broadcasting. But there are so many other things that we have to tackle that are available to us. And, you do reach a point in your life where you realize that time is limited, and you got to get out there. And, as my father used to say, if you're going to be a bear, be a grizzly, so I'm glad that you're doing this, and I wish you much, much success with it.
Thank you. Before you go, with regards to your travel, on my 50th, I wanted to do hike Machu Picchu, but with with COVID, right, everything was shut down. I know that started to come back. Have you ever been there?
I have not been there, no, but it's I'll be honest with you, I don't do a lot of the hiking stuff because I'm terrified of snakes and wild animals. I'm fine in the ocean.
Don't go to Australia. They have big insects there.
Yeah, I've been to Australia. We've done Australia, and we just did Egypt about a year ago, and their insects, I think they have animal shelters for their insects over there. Those things are huge. But the hiking, and I live in Arizona, so occasionally.
Oh, gosh, dang it. All right. Again, if you just tuned in, Todd Newton, Rikk Idol, he will be at the factory. It's Price is Right Live. That tickets are still available, but I was talking with the lady that set our interview up, and she said, although tickets are still available, they're going very, very fast. Welcome back, Todd.
I should let you go before we get cut off. Thank you so much for having me, and I can't wait to see everyone Wednesday night. Thank you.
Thank you, Todd.
Bye-bye, guys.
All right, he's going to travel safely. I want to thank Kathy Kilo Peterson and Todd both for being a part of the show. And of course, Beckett for kicking things off this morning with the crazy weather that we had yesterday. I am going to take a quick break, and then we're going to give you a rundown of some things that are coming up for you next week, and opportunities, by the way, for you to be a part of the show, because we're feverishly working on some new sponsors, new mobile Monicas, new segments. What would you like to see on this show? That's what I used to ask you a year ago. It was just you and I together, and then we started to build and build and build and bring different guests on here, bring guests on in studio. All of this growth that we've had is thanks to you.
Hi, it's Monica Adams. Thank you so much for following along with The Real Monica Adams Show since we launched back in March. But I wanted to let you know there's so much more that I could do with you, your business, your corporation. Did you know that I'm a motivational speaker all around the world, as well as an MC and an auctioneer? So if you have an event, maybe a nonprofit organization, and you want to book me, just shoot me an email, info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com. Personal training, life coaching, and styling as well. info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com.
Well, welcome back. I got to tell you, I always like to take pictures when I see the numbers go higher and higher and higher. So today looks like, and granted, I wasn't on X and on Twitter as well as YouTube and Facebook when we were looking at these numbers in the past. But I remember last year looking at the numbers and thinking, oh my gosh, we just hit 80. So right now, I think the highest I saw, if I was able to grab it, yes, 97. I don't know if you can see that number that's up there. 97 people watching live and then spreading the word about the positivity and the fun that we have. So please continue to do so. I'll bring it up on the screen right now for you. Share and like and follow our live stream Monday through Friday. So if you're brand new to the show, let me know that this is your first time watching. Let us know where you're watching from, whether you do it live or whether you pop it into the comments for us later. Thank you, by the way, for all of you that do so. And if you want to know if we have an audio podcast, the answer is yes. On Thursdays, we drop a new show to a lot of you, or it's a show that maybe you heard in the past and you watched. But there's a whole other level when you only use the sense of hearing, right? There's no other distractions. You're not watching the people on the screen. You're just listening to it. I didn't want to just have an audio podcast, though. I wanted to have the components of everything I've done in the industry. And in case you're new to the show, we do, as you saw, put all the components of the pictures. We drop in, we show you the level of television, showing you again, the Price is Right. So you can't see all that when you do just an audio podcast. So Todd Newton, again, can't wait to see him. Hopefully you'll get your tickets right now. Go online and purchase those. How much fun would it be for you and girlfriends to go out, or couples night out, family night out, again, kind of playing off of what he did with Family Game Night. All of that Wednesday night at the factory. If you've never been to that location, which I have not, what a fun thing to do, to see the factory, see Todd, and have a lot of fun and maybe win big. So yeah, I know, Diane, right? 97. I'm actually, we're at 92 right now. We're going to see if we can go over 100. So yesterday, did any of you get a chance to listen only to the show that was a year ago? It was such a gut-wrenching, emotional show for me because I was talking about a Herman police sergeant that was shot and killed in the line of duty. And I didn't know about it. I woke up to one of our viewers letting me know what had happened. And the entire show just took on a whole nother level of emotion. I cried in that show deeply because it was very overwhelming to me to think that that could be my love, my husband. That could be a family friend. That could be one of you, that I know a lot of you have family members that are in law enforcement. So it just really got emotional. And so yesterday we dropped that on the audio podcast a year later. And it was an opportunity for you to listen only, listen to the emotion, listen to the passion that was coming out of me. My husband said he was actually thinking it was probably one of his favorite shows. And he's like, Monica, I'd like to hear you do more of that. Be very real, sometimes in your face, telling you what we need to be aware of, be more focused on in life. And it really was trying to find our way back to respect. So if you have not, please listen to that. I hope that becomes one of our most listened to podcasts. And then regularly know that we drop those at 8:00 in the morning on Thursdays. Okay. Coming up on Monday, I understand that our dear friend Sarah is going to be out of town. I think she is coming up to do a mission trip. I don't know if this is the one, but she has a mission trip coming up very soon. She just does incredible work. The woman woman is really amazing, and we love her. Of course, we've had a remarkable run here almost for a year, and hopefully continuing on for years to come as our title sponsor. Gratitude to her. I'm going to put her at the bottom of the screen here. It is 314-394-0950 and VitaHealthAndWellness.com. If you haven't been to her already, please do so. She will take care of you. She and I were talking about IPL. Have any of you ever had that before? I'm going to do that in a couple of weeks and just see how much more I can glow after my 53rd birthday. I want to see if I can continue to look younger and younger. That Monday, though, she won't be with us. So Dr. Sean Neary, who is our newest sponsor in our Medical Mondays, Ask the Doctor segment. I want you to come loaded with your questions. On Monday, we are going to talk about a handful of things. One of the things they wanted to talk about is basic anatomy and common conditions that they see on a regular basis. He said, particularly conditions that the majority of people deal with: arthritis, disc issues. And then I told him that I also would like to talk about what happens when you leave the warning signs alone and don't address them, and how severe the pain can be and how it starts to set you back in life. So he said he loved that. We're going to talk about all of that for you coming up on Monday. On Tuesday, I have a surprise for you. A celebrity guest that we've had on in 2023 is going to join me for a bonus show. So we're going to do 2 shows on my birthday. We're going to have the morning show, and then we're going to do a 12 o'clock show. It's music related. Let me just say that, wink, wink. And that person is going to join me at 12 o'clock for a noon show. By the way, we've got 97. I'm looking to try to beat 97. I'm trying to get to 100. So keep telling people to sign on right now. We won't get off for you yet. I've got 97 people on with us right now, watching the positivity ooze out of each and every one of us, sharing the community together. So share and like and follow. Again, continue to do so. And subscribe, by the way, to our YouTube channel, because some people aren't on Facebook, and so they want to watch on different platforms. So yes, on Tuesday, we're going to do 2 shows for you. We're going to do the morning show, and I've got a really incredible guest who I've known for 30 years. I interviewed him when I was at Festus and DeSoto, when he helped out the Gateway locomotive. I think it was the Gateway. Was that? I'm trying to remember. They were special needs, and they played hockey. And I did a really beautiful story on him back then. Kelly Chase, you know him, you love him. St. Louis has embraced him. St. Louis Blues alumni, and such an emotional guy with the way he feels about St. Louis. Well, if you haven't followed Chaser on social media, maybe you don't know that he's been dealing with leukemia. Well, he's going to come in and he's going to talk with us on Tuesday about his journey, and then about a big charity game with the Blues alumni, NHL alumni, celebrities that I want you to get tickets for. It's coming up in April. Tickets are on sale right now, so look into that game. Let's make sure that we pack that so they can raise money for Siteman Cancer Center, raise money to continue to fund research to hopefully one day, I would love for us to say that cancer doesn't exist any longer. Wouldn't we all want that? But we have to start funding things like that. Yes, Kelly. People are like, oh my gosh. Kelly Chase will be on with us on my birthday. I can't wait for that. It's going to be a great show. And then we have a special celebrity guest that's going to play some music for you. Tell everybody, because please, I want to see these numbers just skyrocket on Tuesday. It should be a huge show. I'm not going to say who. You're going to have to tune in. I'm just going to keep surprising you. 12 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon, this person will join us to play some music for us. And that person was on with us, by the way, as one of our big guests last year. So a return to the show coming up on Tuesday. Who else do we have lined up? Let me think. Do we have anybody else? Oh, yeah, we're going to have Doc Kratzer on. Doc, we've had on last year as well, a wonderful tie to our area, but he's in Hollywood now, and he worked as an editor on a lot of movies. But if you remember last year, he told us that there was a kind of a remake, not really completely a remake, of the movie Roadhouse with the incredible Patrick Swayze. Well, now it's Jake Gyllenhaal, and I'm going to see a screening of that on Monday, and then I'm going to interview Doc, and my hope is that we play that back for you on either Thursday or Friday. Oh, there it is. We hit 100. Today's the big day. Today's the big day. So Doc Kratzer will be on with us on Thursday or Friday of next week. It will be a recorded show that I'll be playing back, but I'm gonna play it for you, and then I'll interact with you to see what you thought of the interview, as well as what you thought of the movie if you get a chance to see it on Thursday, exclusively on Prime. And then Positive Talk Time with Jessica Cook will be next Thursday. We'll have another dog that we'll be featuring. By the way, I hope that you share those dogs when we have share the pictures and the video of the dogs. We've got to get these dogs adopted out. So we've had Theo on, Mama Blue, Jalapeno. And by the way, the other dog that was going to join us had some meet and greets, but did not get adopted out yet. So there's a ton, and you want to look on Pet Finder, and that's where you can see a lot of the dogs that are up for a rescue. So let's see. Do you have any special shows planned for Cardinals opening day? Well, in fact, I'm glad you asked that, Crystal, because I've been offered an opportunity to talk with one of the best sports writers, Rob Rains, who works with the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, and he's been in Jupiter covering the Cardinals. And his wife, Sally, who is a dear friend of ours, she said that she would love to offer him up, and he can talk all about spring training and then be with us on opening day. So yeah, I think that would be good. Yes, Michelle just dropped the Roadhouse movie, opens next week. We're going to see a screening, and then we're going to talk with Doc about that. So some fun shows. But by the way, that's what I want to know. Who would you like to see on this show? Who and what kind of topics would you like to see on the show? That's what I would like to know as well. I'm just having fun with the fact that we have so many of you on right now. Thank you, by the way, wherever you're watching from. I'm looking over real quick at our Instagram page, and I don't see any questions on there. So I don't know if I've answered all the questions or addressed all the comments, but I will promise to do that. I got a beautiful, relaxing weekend that I am looking forward to. And then on Sunday, of course, this is why I'm wearing this. Did you get your green Know Your Value shirts yet? Have you purchased your shirts? If you can't get it in time, I do still have some green ones available, and we could probably get them to you before you go to your St. Patty's Day events on Sunday. Go to our website, TheRealMonicaAdams.com. We've got merchandise for you in shirt form, in jacket form, in journal form, and in coffee or tea mug form. And it's just all about spreading this to know your value. We've got the logo on the sleeves or maybe on the chest, depending on what you buy. I'd love for you to sport it around and have people say, oh my gosh, I really love that saying. Where'd you get that? And then you lead them to our website, okay? TheRealMonicaAdams.com. And on TheRealMonicaAdams.com, you also, if you click on the events that we have coming up, we've got a calendar. And on April 3rd, it's the next Cultivating a Vision, Part 4 with my friend Cassius Satars in Canada. And if you missed 1, 2, or 3, I do have recordings of those that you can purchase. They're only $10 and they will really move you. In fact, I think Part 3 was probably my favorite so far, but you don't have to have gone to 1, 2, and 3 in order to come to 4. Okay. You can come to 4 and have missed out and not be able to purchase the first 3. And it will be starting from right now, doing vision board setting, heart coherence work, really finding clarity, finding the patience that you need in life to be able to get where you want to go, be able to leap and do the things that you want to do in life. So that's coming up on April 3rd. By the way, tickets do go up though today. So they're $30 right now. They will go up to $35 tomorrow, and then they will go up to $40 as we head into the week before April 3rd. Oh, we just hit 101. All right, I'm keeping it going. Go, go, go. Michelle, thank you, by the way, for moderating from your phone since you didn't have internet. And thank you for the patience. Kathy and Todd getting kicked off multiple times, but they kept coming back. We will always be here for you. Somebody said, I'd love to see Mike Rowe, Dirty Jobs. Well, we got to find some contacts for him. I got to get Hannah on that. Hannah wants to be a booking agent. I told her, you got to get hungry. You got to get out there and find how you can do just that. All right, everybody, if you had damage, please call Kathy Kilo Peterson. Have her take care of you as your newest agent. And when you have the experience with her, let me know just how great your experience was, because their team is there to help. And they're going to be getting a lot of phone calls today. 636-561-6460. I love all of you so much for your support. Thank you for everything you've done. I'd love to see you at some events coming up. As we mentioned, we've got some great shows. Whether you watch here or you get a chance to come out and see us in person, we on Mother's Day will be at the Stroco parking lot. I'd like to share me and my mother together with you and your mother, whether it's before church or before and after brunch. We are going to be at the Artisan and Farmers Market in the Stroco parking lot in the St. Charles County area. And that will be from 10 a.m. until noon. Cannot wait for that. It's going to be a fun day. We have to cross our fingers that Becca's going to give us some good weather that day. We've got Ruby Lee, by the way, tickets on the sale right now, April 20th at Rickman Auditorium. Do you know she's coming? What an amazing night. Oh, now it says 106. What an amazing night that's going to be. April 20th. Tickets on sale right now. Rickman Auditorium. Great auditorium. I think they've sold 600 tickets already, but there might be about 50 to 100 left. Do not let that one pass you by. If you cannot make it to that one, you got an opportunity on July 4th to join me, Ruby, Chuck Gillentine, who you see on our Wet Your Whistle Wednesdays. We've been talking about that particular performance. She will start at 7:30 until 9 o'clock. And then the dual fireworks. It's going to be so much fun. We'd love to spend the holiday with you. So yeah, don't ever say that we're not there for you to come out and meet our team. We had so much fun, by the way, yesterday. Did you see the wonderful show we did, the makeover show? Thank you to all behind the scenes. Thank you to our models. And thank you to Diana Ford and Krista Tolbert for being a part of the Vault Luxury Resale in Brentwood. If you haven't been there, now you know all the reasons you want to go and shop there. It was a lot of fun, and we'll be doing more things like that. All right, we're going to wrap up. What a great show it has been, and the highest numbers we have seen yet. There's still 99 of you on, but we are going to wrap up. I'm going to go have breakfast with my husband. I want you to go and enjoy time with your family or friends. Enjoy the day. If you do have a lot of damage, again, please have some patience. Call your agent. If the agent's not the right one for you, call Kathy Kilo Peterson. Let them take care of you. And I hope you don't have too much damage that you're having to go through. But take care of yourself, find some patience, and be kind to each other. God bless you all. Have a beautiful weekend.